Hey guys, this is Sean Wright, owner of Brigade Wakesurfing. I wanted to give you a little rundown of the new LED circuit board and how to charge that, all the stuff that goes along with it, so that when you receive your LED board in the mail, you can get this thing up and running and charged as soon as possible to get you out on the water. To kind of show you here what we have to start with, every LED board should come with a big sticker here that kind of describes what you got, and information of website on how to find out. There's a whole written out rundown of what we're going to show you here today. You'll also have a sticker over the spot where you need to charge. You'll also have a sticker that shows magnet here, and that's where your magnet will go, and we'll talk about that later. You will also see, if your board doesn't have any pads on it, you will see another square inside the board. That is the battery. You won't have any sticker on that. You shouldn't have to do anything with that, but if you see that, that's what that is. Your LED board will come with a remote, just like this one, and it will come with a charger, much like this one. If you have an older LED board, it will come with more of a circle charging puck, like what you get with your smartphone with induction charging. This is the new updated charger right here. It's completely wireless induction and also comes with a bunch of outlets on the top and bottom of it. When you first get your LED board, the biggest issue you're going to have is you're going to want to start playing with it. You're going to get the remote out, you're going to want to turn this thing on. The problem is when we build this board, in the process of time that it takes to install the LED kit all the way to the point of actually getting this board in your hands, the shipment, it sits dormant for a long time and that battery goes dead. The reason it goes dead is it's always sending a signal. To be able to have a remote like this on an LED board to be wireless, it has a little unit in there called an RF unit that is sending a signal, constantly sending a signal, just like your remote on a TV that says, hey, where's the remote, where's the remote? And that takes just a little bit of drive and power from this battery. And after a 2, 3, 4, 5 week period of when this board gets built and shipped, this thing shows up very much dead. So what you have to do is this magnet. What we have inside this board is a magnetic off switch. It's basically a kill switch, shuts everything off on the board so that when you put the charger on, you're getting a good charge. Because what happens is, when you go to put the charger on the spot, the lights will immediately turn on. And so the problem is when you go to charge this thing and the lights turn on, you will, all you're really doing is running the lights off the charger. So you're not getting a good charge in the battery of the board itself, it's just running off the charger. And so you want to use this magnet to turn everything off. That's why when I put this charger on here, no lights, no LEDs, nothing turned on. But when I take this magnet off, now the LED lights are on, it's running, it's doing everything it needs to. So you just put that magnet in the correct spot on here and it will turn everything off. So that's what you want to do when you first get the board. You want to make sure you get this magnet in the correct spot on here and get your charger on here. When you put your charger in the right spot, you will see this little red light right there. It's going to be close to where the magnetic switch is, or in this area within a quarter, a $1/2 size. You're going to want to put your magnet in this area of the red light. You can see how it's going to want to push away. You might get to get a little piece of tape and hold that thing in there, and you just see it turns it all off once you get it in the right spot. So that's what you want to do when you first get your board. You can see how the magnet wants to push away, is get a little piece of tape and hold that magnet in the spot where it needs to be. Once you have that and the lights are not running and your red light is on, that means you're charging. This red light will be on as long as you're charging. Charge this thing up for as long as you can. The battery pack, as you can see here, has a percentage on it. The percentage on here is how much charge this charger has. It's no different than your phone. When this has 100% charge, it's fully charged. And it will go down as you're charging the surfboard. So 30% is all this thing has left right now. But if this thing's 100% fully charged, and you put this thing on as soon as you get it, that charge of 100% in here, this battery is actually bigger than the battery that's in the board. So if you just charge this thing completely all the way to a 0%, you know for sure this thing is charged all the way. When it's charged all the way, you'll get a 10 to 12 hour charge or run time on this board, depending on how bright and how much you're using the remote and that sort of thing. But anywhere from 10 to 12 is how much time you'll get on this. The remote, like I said, is wireless. You have a power button, which is to turn it on and off. Just remember, if your magnet is on here, this remote will not work, so make sure your magnet's off, and the power button on and off will turn the lights on and off. The mode button will change all the different color modes of this board. There's over 300 different color modes of this thing, and you can just swipe through all of them and see which ones are your favorite. You can also change the speed of any of the modes. And you can also, with our newer remote, you can actually save your favorites with the DIY, which is the do-it-yourself kind of. You can add these to your list so that when you're riding the board, you only play with the certain 4 or 5 modes that you really, really like. Most of the people just like swiping through all the different modes. You can also put it in auto mode. Well, you put it in auto and it will just swipe through all 300 plus modes. About every 10 seconds, I believe, it'll change from those. The buttons at the bottom, the white, red, green, and blue, they will just go right to those exact colors. One thing I do want to show is the white. White takes the most power, and if you notice on the lights that it's really nice and bright and white, but a little more yellow towards this side, that shows kind of your battery life. It's about halfway charged right now because you can see the white lights are all bright on the nose but yellow towards the tail. That kind of gives you an idea of, okay, I've got about this much time until my board's about to run out. That's a good way to tell. The more white you use, the more power this is going to use. White is the brightest, so that's another reason to maybe not use white if you want to have this board run longer. I believe that's it. If you have any questions, you can always go to the brigadewakesurfing.com website. We've got a whole rundown of how to charge this thing and any questions you might have. If you have any issues, you can go on the website and get our phone number and call customer service. I hope you guys have a great time and enjoy your LED circuit board.